How's everybody doing? I want to make a quick video on this Saddlemen road sofa seat for my 22 Harley-Davidson Street Glide Special. The color of this bike is Redline Red. They made it for 22 and the first half of 23, so it's essentially a one-year color. And I want to make this video because every video that I've seen on YouTube that reviews this seat, everybody says, you know, just it's a great seat, but just kind of, you got to let it break in for 1,000 miles. We promise it gets better. And I don't know what anybody's talking about. I think it's great right out of the box. It's very, very soft. This is the one with the backrest. It is a standard reach. You can tell if nobody ever discloses, because the extended reach falls, you know, this area here kind of falls in here, and the standard, it's more in line with the front of the bag. I'm 6'1", about 225 pounds, I think. I'm running standard bars. I have them moved as far forward as they can be, and you know, I think the standard reach is fine. I mean, I guess unless you have long sweep back bars or whatever, maybe you might need the extended reach, or you know, maybe if you're 6'3" or taller, maybe. But I think that the standard reach is fine for me, and I think it should be fine for most people. I did the lattice stitching with the red stitching and the red top stitching. So, you know, the red stitching here, and I guess any of this stitching would be what they call the top stitching. So you could get this in black, but I wanted it all in red. I was a little bit apprehensive about doing, you know, the red stitching to match the bike. Sometimes when you color match and you start getting matchy, to me, I think it starts making things look kind of gaudy and cheap. But I think that it looks great on here. And I think if I'd have gone with the solid black seat, I think it would make the seat look even larger than what it does, and make it look kind of big and bulky. And I think having some color in there visually kind of breaks it up, to where the seat doesn't look quite so large. I mean, it is a big seat. Also, the backrest is really, really nice. There's no buttons that you push to adjust it. You just kind of wiggle it and move it up and down. There is a little set screw in there. It came with the nut on this side. I moved it to the back and then used a 7/16 wrench to set it. I don't know that, you know, that's how they intended for it to be, but that's how I did it. That's how I like it. And, you know, you just fit it down in there, and that's how it goes. So I kind of had to take a moment to play with it, get it set the way that I like. But I wanted to show this too, because I think this is also important. It comes with this adapter piece if you want it to move the backrest further forward, which I liked, because I felt like the backrest set a little bit further back. I wanted it a little bit further forward. And something else I wanted to point out, this is the standard reach. Now, I got a wife that's about 5'3", about 115 pounds, kind of petite. And if you do the extended reach, Saddlemen says that the overall length of the seat, in other words, from here to here, is the same, but to give you the extended reach, you lose a couple inches. So, you know, my guess is probably about that distance right there. So if you get the one with the backrest and you do the extended reach, that means your backrest is going to be about here somewhere, right? So if your backrest is right there, I mean, that doesn't really give you much room at all for somebody to sit on the back of that. Let me grab a tape measure. I mean, for those of y'all who have larger passengers, no pun intended, just kind of stating the obvious here, but if you sacrificed a couple of inches, probably inch and 3/4 in rally is what it really is. I mean, that doesn't give you much. It gives you about 8 inches. So, something to think about. I've got the stock sissy bar. I just ordered today the matching passenger pad to put on the back. But again, it doesn't give you a whole lot of room for a passenger if you're going to run the backrest and all that on there. So, I mean, basically, you're already giving up 2 inches by putting the backrest on there. So, I don't know. Again, something to think about. What else? You know, I like I say, the videos that I saw that where people said, you know, it needs 1,000 miles to break in. I will say you sit taller. I moved my highway pegs. I rotated them about 1/4 inch. I rode on the bike yesterday for about 5 hours. And I thought it was comfortable. I strongly disagree. I don't think it needs any kind of break-in period. It's got what they call gel cord technology. It's basically there's a sheet of gel in the front and the back for the driver and passenger. But, you know, like I say, you sit a little bit taller. Once you know, out in the sun and once you've been riding on it, I can tell that it kind of, maybe this area right here with weight, you know, I could feel that my feet were getting closer to the pegs as the day went on because this begins to kind of, I guess, break in and have some give. So something to think about. It does make it a little bit taller. I'm running the Clockworks 6.5 screen. I do notice that I get more wind in my face now, but it's, you know, it's fine. If you're wearing proper gear and stuff, it'll be fine. I guess that's really all I have to say. I haven't seen anybody post a video of the Saddlemen road sofa with the perforated leather. Red. It is real leather. They do give you a protective cover to put on it if you find yourself out in the rain. And I think the build quality is great. I have no complaints. I think it's a great looking seat, and I think you can't go wrong with it. It is an investment. I think I paid about $850 for this one. With the backrest. And I guess that's all I have to say. If anybody has any questions, I'm an amateur here, so I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm just trying to think of anything I can think of for the video that would be maybe important for people to hear. Again, stock bars, I moved them all the way forward. I'm about 6'1", 220, 225. I think the standard reach is fine. I don't know who needs the extended reach, but whoever it is, they got to be a whole hell of a lot taller than me. Or maybe if you're running like bars that sweep way back or something. But I think it's a great seat, and I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all.